Hello lovers, welcome to the portal and standing disco breaks. Let's get started. So you're sitting and your legs are restless, so go ahead and get up, and you could just march in place or take a little walk around your house, lifting your knees and holding your posture in a nice perpendicular alignment with the earth. And then you could stop the knee lifting and slow the walking and take a few moments of stepping around the room, the space, maybe even go outside if it's not freezing or if it sounds okay to you, and do this outside on the ground. Step with your whole foot. Really spread it wide and feel all four corners of your foot, as well as the middle section of your foot, everybody touching the earth, and take a few moments like that. And if you wanted to take that a step farther with intention, you could, because a lot of times it's cued to do what we call earth walking, which is to imagine the earth energy coming up through the soles of your feet and get that stability intention going for yourself, which is a beautiful practice. But I do like to encourage or invite the opposite as well, which would be to imagine that you're giving energy to the earth as you step, and that you are communing with that energy. And maybe you are taking the intention of stability, but you're also sending the intention of stability, of love, of connection, of nurturing. So that's nice. And when you send it, it goes from your whole body through your foot. And when you receive it, it comes up through your foot, through your leg channels evenly, and then swirling up into the body. So we're full on sound effects today. So there's number one. So number two, I really appreciate circling the joints, as you know, if you've been here a while. And so with the legs specifically, considering all the joints available in the legs that you could circle, you could begin by circling your hip joint, which would involve picking up your entire leg, leading from the knee, and doing a circle. So I'm going to cue that we do 5 circles each way. So there's 5, and then I'll just tippy tap and start going the other way. Nice, good, long, beautiful, slow, deep breaths as well. And then take a few steps forward and back, just kind of like taking a little break. Disco break, that's what we're doing. And then I go into the next joint for my leg, which would be the knee joint. And I'm gonna stir the pot with my foot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can turn it into a little dance move if you wanted, right? And be jiggy with it. We are doing disco breaks, and so whatever you please. And then a little march around your chair just to take that extra little break. And then you can do the ankle joint to finish that. Right? Just 5 circles in each direction. I like to stretch the top of my foot. So I'm doing that by dropping the toes and then pushing the leg and ankle a little bit forward. Just get that nice stretch. And we're on the right leg. I'm on the right leg. Whichever leg you're on, whichever leg we're working, we're going to keep on with that one. So I'm going to get behind my chair now and step that leg I was circling to the back, so that I'm in this lunge that is supported by the chair if I wish, with my hands. So I'm square to the chair with my hips, And I'm thinking about this line getting to be horizontal. This line between my two hips. And from here, I'm just gonna drop the heel. So if it doesn't feel okay for you, if it's like, whoa, you could try dropping it a little bit to the back corner instead of directly back if that's too much for you. You just pull it inward just a tiny bit. We're looking for a little bit of stretch in the calf without compromising any safety in the leg. You don't want to get too twisty with that. Just hanging out here, feeling nice and strong and still connected to the earth. In thinking in terms of the legs here, I want to think about gentle, energetically coming together, inner thigh, right? And then the knees are gently coming apart. So there's real good, nice stability and stretch and strengthen, all in one package. I'm gonna go ahead and take the hands to the chair, inhale. With the exhale, I'll be bringing the belly into the spine for stability, pulling my weight onto that front foot, lifting that back leg off of the ground. And if you would like, you could just drop into being parallel with the earth just to try this pose. And if you wanted, you could take the opposite arm out and reach, and then point your toes down so you're reaching with the heel and the fingertips and the top of the head. And that's always lots of fun. And I'm going to come back to upright. Go ahead and hold the chair. We're going to do some strengthening here in the buttocks by pointing the toe. 10 times lift. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and pull that knee up into the body, into the chest, and hold it tight. And then let it go. Let it go, let it go, let it go, let it flow. Still here working on this side. I'm getting to where I can hold the chair for stability. And if I can, take that leg now, place it on the chair. And if it feels okay for you to lift the toes towards your body, that might feel like enough, because that is lighting me up underneath here. So I want to keep my chest lifted. I don't want to drop into it like this. I want to try and keep my chest lifted and lift the toes and just see how that feels. And if you want to move and draw your chest towards your toes, you could do that, or your chin towards your shin. And if that doesn't feel good, you can stay upright. You can bend this bottom knee if you need to, if you would like to, and you can round your back and just take a reach if you want. Not to say that rounding the back is wrong. It is very nice. And I like to just do this in steps. The first step is doing that sort of upright chest pull, chin pull, because that lights everything up behind. And then the round back is really nice because it gives a different stretch and it involves the back and the low back, all of the back. So take that leg and put it down with care and ease. And I'm going to invite you to go to the other side of your chair and then take that same leg and just drop it on with the shin down like so. So this could be enough of a stretch here in the thigh for some of you. And if it's not, could you grab your foot, give it to your hand, get a nice hold of it, and could you then pull it towards your booty while directing the knee downward so that you get a nice stretch in the front thigh. How does that feel? And when I do this stretch, I always find myself wanting to just let go and sort of see if I can make it into this thing, and then usually fall out of it, but that's okay, that's fun. So we're going to the other side. Take a little chicken dance moment here if you want as well. That's a nice disco break. Chicken dance, chicken dance. Or isn't it like this? Okay, so we're here and we're going to rotate the hip. 1, 2, and that's by lifting the leg, leading with the knee, 3, 4, 5, and boop, other direction, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and going into that knee joint, so circling the lower leg, 3, 4, 5, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the ankle, 2, 3, 4, 5. I was trying my balance, and you're welcome to do that as well. Just get really silly, then drop that down. Take a little break, a little forward and back. Drop into front, top of foot stretch. Try to make sure it's fun. If it's not fun, it might not be worth it. So there we go. We're gonna go into that lunge on this side, dropping back into getting a calf stretch. Now, remembering a lunge, you always want a nice alignment in the front leg where the knee is directly on top of the ankle, not in front of or behind it. Just right on top, and then the hips are squared to the front for now for this lunge. It's not the always case, but. And then I'm just trying to drop the heel. If you can't get it, you might just drop it inward a little bit, more like what we call in yoga a warrior 1 situation. Either way, you're breathing nice and deeply. We're stretching into the legs. We're feeling into our legs today and doing some disco breaks for them. And then hands to the chair, nice inhale. With your exhale, belly comes to spine, weight goes to that front foot and lift off. And if you'd like, you could take that opposite arm and reach out and drop the toes and reach back with your heels and forward with your fingertips and your top of your head, and then see if you can square your hips to the earth, because that hip wants to lift up. See if you can square it. It might make the leg fall. That's okay. This is just for fun, like stretchy pants. So drop the hands. We're gonna do 10 lifts here in the back, up and down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Knee into the chest. Give it a hug. This is good for your poop, so don't worry if it feels strange. And if you can't manage this, standing, which I can barely, you can always sit down and do that one. And then we're going to approach the chair with that leg in front, booty to the chair on the side. And we're going to give that thigh stretch another go. So shin to the chair, knee off of the chair. Now this might be enough for you. You might also want to just take your foot in your loving hand and lift it towards your booty, and then reach down with the knee if you can. And if you want to channel your inner figure skater here and try to go into a pose, that feels fun. And there we have it. Some standing disco breaks. So let me give you one more for strength, and this is more for your thighs. So I'm gonna open the legs here, and the back of the chair is for support. This is always something you can fingertip so that you could let go if you felt like being disco-y in your arms, right? So I'm just gonna invite you here, can you see my feet? To lift your heel and lower, lift and lower. So you could just do that a couple of times for fun and excitement. Drop down a little bit farther and then lift up, and remember to squeeze up from the perineum and really stay strong in this. Right? So we're just going to take an inhale down and exhale up. If you wanted to bring your arms onto the seam, you could lift them up when you inhale and bring them out for an exhale. You could just do one at a time as well. Take that breath long so you can really revel in it, yeah? So we're gonna come down and we're gonna hold here. We're gonna lift one heel and pulse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Other heel. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Both feet flat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hands to the chair. Walk yourself back in. Come on around to the top of the chair. Have a seat and give your legs some thank you, some love, some appreciation here. You might like to rub them. You might like to remember that you can give yourself clearance and balance, right? You can just lift your hands up and drop in and say, as you rush your energy field, I give myself clearance and balance all the way down to your feet, all the way out into the earth. I am in balance with myself and the universe. And that's a really nice one. And then you can rub, 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 or you can tap, tap, tap. Because tapping is nice. And with the legs, I like to use a fist because they can take it. You know, some other parts of the body, I'm a little bit more inclined to go fingertips. But here in the legs and the hips and the thighs and around the knees, I get a little more fingertippy. The legs, as long as you don't go on the bones, you don't really want to bonk your bones, but you can certainly bonk the muscles. And give your feet a little hello. I call this the cricket. Hands and feet rub. We stimulate the nerve endings so we can get on with the day and keep ourselves in a good, alert, mindful space. Hope you enjoyed that. Disco breaks for your legs. Have a beautiful day out there. And remember, if you can, lift somebody up today. Pass it on. Bye for now.